Hello everybody, my name is Mika,
And my name is Philip.
and today we're going to show you our server and tell you how to get started.
Now, before we start, if you don't know what our server TSR is, it's a role-playing server revolving around the game Shindo or Shindo Life 2, and our own storyline, hence the name TSR, short for the Shindo RP.
So first off, after you join the server, you will land at verify. There you can use /verify to verify your account. And if you do that, you just verify to your Roblox account so we know what your in-game name is for other reasons. After you verified yourself, you can see many other things. But first off, you should check out info. That's right underneath verify. And you just go into rules, accept them, and read through them. Here are a few things you need to go through before you start with your character creation. But first off, the basic rules at every Discord server is like no sexual harassment, no sexual content, no racist content, no pointless pinging, and no spamming. There are more rules, RP rules. Those are the really important ones because here it says that you're allowed to invite people to the server, so you just can copy the link and send them to your friends because we obviously want more people on this server. You're not allowed to share the server code because if we do an opening, we don't want any random people inside our opening. I mean, you're allowed to invite people to the server, and through this server they're allowed to join, but don't just share the link, the code. Don't just share the code, that's not nice. You're allowed to become a rogue or Akatsuki member, but you need to send a request for this. You need to have a full RP name, example Koju Hashibira. Then you need to create a character in character creation, and this should contain some things. I'll talk about that later. Now for coins and reviving and houses, you don't really need a house, but for the RP you can buy a house with 3 coins. You can get coins through just joining RP sessions, and every RP session you'll get a coin. And you can buy revive tokens, so if your RP character dies, like if I die now and I want to respawn or revive my character, I just use 10 coins and then I can revive him. And you're allowed to delete your character and create a new one if your character dies or your character gets boring. So there's some info. So there are a few ranks that we should go through, just so you know. So first off, your villager, you just start with a villager with no elements or bloodlines. If you don't want to be a villager anymore, you just go to a teacher or come to me, the Hokage, and ask if you can become a student. Well, most likely the answer is yes, or no one can train you at the moment and you have to stay a villager. But that point is quite rare that this happens. After this, you're a student, you're now able to buy houses and use your first 2 element skills. It's self-explaining, so I just talk about gaining now. So if you want to rank up, you need to wait until, I guess it was every Saturday or something. I'll talk about that later, or Philip does. But if you want to rank up, you have to go to the you have to do an exam like Genin, Shunin, or Jonin, and complete them with success. And yes, Genin. You can now use 4 of your element moves. You can buy houses and revive tokens. You can use 1 mode up and use your first bloodline skill. Shonen, like the second rank, you can now use your second mode up and all of your element moves. Jonin, you can now use your second bloodline move. So this is where you're like done with your school stuff, and after this you're allowed to rank up to an Anbu. If you have to go to me and start your Anbu training. Anbu training will be every weekend. You can use your second and third state of your mode, and you're now allowed to tame a tailed beast. Ask first which one is still free. Self-explaining. And after you're an Anbu in training, you can wait till an Anbu exam, and there you have to fight against other Anbus, and the strongest ones will pass.
Alright, so the social tab should be pretty self-explanatory. In general, just talk to people in the server, memes to post some memes like pictures or videos, outfits just to flex your outfit like I did here if you want to show people what you look like before the RP starts, spam if you're crazy, and the 3VCs if you want to socialize with people. Now then, we're gonna immediately get to getting started. Here in getting started, the first thing you'll see is the character creation. Here you can create your character for the RP that you will be using. Now, in order to create your character, you'll need to put in your name, age, origin, if you have any elements, and if you have any bloodlines, and if you want a breathing style, you can use a breathing style. Now that, for example, we have Akira Uchiha's character creation right here. Name Akira Uchiha, age 21, origin I'm the Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, and I'm trying to make Konoha a better place. My best friend turned against me, and now I'm almost all alone. Elements: Wind and Pyromania, Balance Bankai Akuma and Bankai Inferno, and Breathing Style Moon. Pretty self-explanatory really. Here in pings, you'll be pinged if you did anything wrong in your character creation. If it is accepted, either we'll say it here, or you'll just get your roles in the Discord.
So after you're done with your character creation and talked a bit in the chat, you can now check on the applications. So first off, there's the Anbu application and the Sensei application. Just so you know, the Anbu application is not if you're an Anbu in training and want to become an Anbu. It's the application for becoming an Anbu in training. It's just a few questions that you need to answer right, and yes, that's basically all about applications. In results, I'll post the results, and we move on to Akatsuki. I just want to show you Akatsuki. It's just a little chat and a memberless NPC, so that you can, like, if you're an Akatsuki member, that you can chat with your members and plan attacks. I don't know what the hell you're gonna do, but yeah.
Now, in my opinion, the most important tab in this entire server is the Clans and Bloodlines tab. Now, under Clans and Bloodlines, the first thing you'll see is the Clans chat. Here, you will see every clan that is available and every bloodline that is available for it. Basically, it's pretty easy. If you want to be an Uchiha, these are the few Akumas that you can use, or a Hyuga, these are the few bloodlines you can use. Now, if a bloodline in the Uchiha is already taken, you cannot take the same one. So if you want to have a Shiver Akuma, although there already is a Shiver Akuma, you cannot have a Shiver Akuma because it's taken, the spot's taken. Now, on top of that, these slots for each clan are in total our current member amount, I guess you could say. So basically, in total right now, we have 68 members that could play with us, but because we've made a rival clan mechanic, that means that there will be rival clans, so we just duplicate the clans, meaning there will be 2 Uchihas, 2 Senjus, 2 Hyugas, whatever. So that means in total we have 136 members that could play with us. Now, if you do not want any of your favorite clans or bloodlines to just disappear or be taken, you should join right now, because these spots could be taken really quickly if the service starts to flourish. Now then, what is also really important to look at is the banned bloodlines. Now, please read through this, because there's a few bloodlines that we do not name in the clans, so there's also a few bloodlines that you can definitely not use that are here in banned bloodlines. These I'm gonna read to you right now. These are Alfheim Shizen, Ashura Shizen, Indra Akuma, Minakaze, Code Gaiden, Boromaki Gaiden, Raiden, Saburo, Tetsu Kaijin, Aizen, Getsuga, Kamaki Akuma, Headless, Dokai, Shindai Akuma, Bruce Kenichi, Raiden, Gaiden, Jishiki, Sixth Path, Narumaki, Vengeance, Kagoku, Doku Tengoku, Ryan, Ager, Fortune Goku, Doom Shadow, and Shindai Rengoku. Jesus Christ. But if there is also skins to these few clans, for example, Minakaze, Ruben, Ager, they're also banned, because Minakaze is already banned. Skins do not count as another bloodline. Now, moving on to sub-bloodlines and abilities, it's pretty easier to understand. Some bloodlines have certain sub-bloodlines and abilities. For example, Bankai Akuma can use the Bankai Inferno bloodline and the Bankai Inferno Bomb Toss sub-ability. Just read through this, you'll understand pretty easily what is. Now, tailed beasts is really important too. You cannot just go into your character creation and say, I want to have this tailed beast. No, you can't do that. In order to have a tailed beast, you need to be one of these few people. Either you're a part of the Sabaku clan, or you use Pyromania for the second tailed beast, or you're part of the Utabumu clan, or the Kaji Kuki, whatever. Some of these clans were self-made because we were running out of clans. But you see the Uzumaki clan if you want the 9 tails, or the Utsu's clan if you want the 10 tails. Now, if the spots are taken, they're taken, but also you cannot steal tailed beasts or whatever. How another person can have a tailed beast is if the user of the current tailed beast dies, they can give the tailed beast to another user in their clan. Now, to explain this, Akira Uchiha is in the Uchiha clan and is using the second tailed beast. Now, that means if he dies, he can give it to another member in the Uchiha clan. That's basically how it works. But if that happens, that Gen 1 tailed beast will then turn into a Generation 2 tailed beast. So the tailed beast will inevitably be stronger. So it kind of benefits everybody. But it would not turn to Gen 3 because that Gen 3 is just way too OP. We kind of banned that. Now, lastly, this tab is pretty easy, or this chat is pretty easy. It's the Kenjutsu chat. How Kenjutsu work is pretty easy. Everybody can use a Kenjutsu, but as long as there is a user, the Kenjutsu has to be learned from them. But if there isn't a user yet, you can just pick it. So to understand right now, you can use all this Kenjutsu and these 3. You can just pick them in your character creation, and then you're fine. Then you're the user of it. But now, for example, my case, because I use the Inferno Kenjutsu, you'll have to learn that Kenjutsu from me if you want to use it. Or if you want to use Moon, you'll have to learn it from Akira Uchiha. Or if you want to have Mist, you have to learn it from the member Godspeed. That's how it works, basically.